swing game in this season will be played underneath a little bit of rain, but that's never stopped this place from being sold out like it will be today for a 409th consecutive game at Memorial Stadium. And this game in the Big Ten standings is something to keep an eye on league-wide. Northwestern
Enormous.
just a game back of the #1 and #2 teams in the country. Nebraska cannot suffer a third loss if they want to keep a college football playoff conversation in play.
Yeah, don't adjust your dial. Northwestern and that man, David Braun, control their playoff destiny.
Part of that 4-game winning streak that they're on right now. 1-point win on the road at Penn State 2 weeks ago, and then the shutout last week against Purdue. For Matt Rule, there is an eager, angry energy surrounding him and his team after the loss against Minnesota.
A lot of questions for everything. Talked about sex. And we'll find out today who's got the best answers.
So here we go from Lincoln, Nebraska. The Cornhuskers won the toss and deferred. So it's Preston Stone back on the road like he was at Penn State. And he said this to us yesterday, Mark, how much he loves coming on the road, that he enjoys it almost more than home games sometimes. You're just there with the guys that you love the most and you work the hardest with.
Yeah, kind of a gladiator 300 type of conversation with him, going in with his guys, competing, trying to silence this big red nation.
It seemed like the harder he got hit and the louder it got at Beaver Stadium, the better he played for Northwestern. Well, they're a road underdog again today. It's Nebraska's defense on the field first. And Stone to throw on his first play, and it's complete underneath. And they pick up a 5-yard gain with Griffin Wilde, his favorite target. So this Northwestern offense led by their line at left tackle Caleb Tiernan. Caleb
Tiernan is the most NFL-ready guy, 6'7", 325, really athletic. He matched up a lot against Deshaun McCullough, Cameron Lenhart today on the edges. And Caleb Komolafe starting a running back. Either running back gets you over 4.5 yards per carry so far this year, he along with Joe Hyman.
Well, here is Komolafe for the first time, and didn't quite get 4.5, but made it a third down and about 3. Here's the Nebraska defense that has to stop the run against a run-first offense.
Yes, look for them to be more aggressive today. Defensive coordinator John Butler basically said he got called out by Coach Rule, sending these edge guys. Sierra Wright on the back end is their heart and their soul of their team, according to Matt Rule. This is where Northwestern wants to live. 3rd and 3, got the total playbook.
On the first third down of the day, they keep it on the run and driving ahead for a first down. Elijah Judy went for a ride with Caleb Komolafe to move the chains.
Exactly what Northwestern wants, that first down pass, right? Sets up everything else. 3rd and 3, and the ability of this guy, Komolafe, to stay square, and as you said, run through the arm tackle of the big boy, Elijah Judy.
Well, that's a big matchup with the center Carcello and Judy right in front of him today. Nebraska has not stopped the run well this year. Northwestern runs it as much as anybody, and they ran a little bit early that time with the right tackle, Evan Berenson, starting to pull.
You see the substitutions take place.
Offense number 60, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Berenson just a little eager. It was Greg Blum was making an announcement, but Northwestern went 12 personnel. Nebraska matched that with 4-3 big personnel. Now they're matching this group with more of a nickel group, trying to get the ideal combination to stop the run.
You'll see a lot of different fronts, a lot of different personnel combinations today for Nebraska. And after the penalty, Northwestern gets 3 of those penalty yards back with Joseph Hyman. And it's a 2nd down and long. This Nebraska defense last week was on the field a lot, including a 98-yard drive. So this is a test of their physicality 1 week later where they get to prove that that is not them.
And this team in the purple and white wants to do the exact same thing, just this drip, 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 an occasional chunk to Wilde. Chunk plays shot downfield, but they just want to, they will earn every inch they can in the run game, showing pressure here.
And Vincent Shavers is healthy this week. He's up in the gap, and he's coming. And Deshaun McCullough, talented edge rusher, put the heat on Preston Stone. Third down.
Yeah, you see 15 coming off the edge, heating it up. And this is what Nebraska fans want to see. Here he is right here. Ends up unblocked off the edge. The offensive line does it the right thing there, pinning it down. And you can see Preston Stone staring down McCullough. Safe throwaway. Wise pull off by Deshaun McCullough.
So Northwestern got into a running down on their last third down. Obvious passing down here on a 3rd and 12. And McCullough twisting inside. They pick him up to the sideline and incomplete. Griffin Wilde was defended by Andrew Marshall. The top cover corner for Nebraska comes up with the stop, and it's 4th down.
3rd and 3 good, right? Converted. 3rd and 12, not so good. That's where they get their line games up front, get the pass rush home, playing zone on the back end that time, making Preston Stone fit it in a mailbox. Missed high. This return game has to be a big advantage for Nebraska to get it done today. Will they kick it to him?
It's a big day for Luke Akers. The instruction is do not let Barney beat you. We got some good hang time on it. And everybody goes colliding. Flag comes out. We're right at the spot of that collision.
It looked like he was blocked into him. They'll definitely take a look at that or discuss it. Looked like he was engaged.
A little something after. That's why you hear for the boos for the Nebraska crowd too. Some shoving after Deshaun Reeder was part of that collision for Northwestern.
So here's taking a look. Again, this is a victory.
There was no foul for kick catch
catch.
interference. The player was blocked into the receiver. 1st down.
And I think that's the right call. You can see it right there. 26 is engaged.
Timeout on the field.
The entire time, Barney does it. Just got to communicate. That's tough. It's Mangini and Reeder combined for the collision. I think that's the right call.
Well, the fans not booing their team. It's the officials.
Yes.
They get the first chorus today. Well, the Nebraska crowd was upset as we went to break there. So was Matt Rule, their head coach.
Yeah, he was talking about a couple different things there, whether it was kick catch interference and then also just a little bit of extracurricular activity, I think is what he was talking about. But I think that was the right no call right there.
Okay, so this is the story for Dylan Raiola when his offensive line protects him. He's one of the best passers in the country. It's 77% on the year. And it's on the ground with his bell cow, Emmett Johnson, to begin the day. And he turns out 5 yards on first down with Rocco Spindler back in there after a dislocated bone in his finger last week in Minneapolis.
Yeah, how about that? He's all sorts of like almost a super glove on. Doesn't quite have the club. We asked him yesterday, what's harder, eating or pass blocking? And he said, pass blocking.
His first chance to pass block here, and it's well blocked, and it's well thrown to that outside shoulder for a first down to Isaiah Hunter.
Couldn't really start better there for Nebraska. Emmett Johnson in the run game, quick game, and a first down. We talked about those two bookends. They are very excited for this matchup. Another part of this Nebraska story is Teddy Prohaska is going to be in there today at right tackle. Gunnar Gatola is not available.
Gatola was questionable before the game, and he cannot go. So more short-handed action, and Isaiah Hunter on back-to-back touches, banging off bodies with a first down across the 35.
Nice job on the RPO here by Dylan Raiola, reading it and then play it with him. Saka squeezes down. There's that space. This is Nebraska's dream today. Again, space. They are better athletically on the perimeter than Northwestern. That's what they want. Hunter in space, Keat in space, Barney in space, hammer with Emmett Johnson.
There's Hunter for 26 and a first down on his second straight catch. Now back from the belly of Johnson, who zigzags his way in this space, which is exactly where Nebraska wants to be. And an encouraging start to this drive with another 8-yard pickup.
Great mix, run game, RPO, quick game. This is not what Tim Gargle visualized, the defense coordinator for Northwestern. So we got a gang tackle, Emmett Johnson.
The Big Ten's leading rusher. He's third in yards per game. He's first in yards overall. And they ride him for another chain mover on this opening drive.
These backs are very similar. Emmett Johnson in space. He's not as big as a traditional Nebraska back. Right at about 200 pounds, maybe slightly less than that. But man, he runs like some of the best.
He's gone from a red shirt to a fourth stringer to in a committee last year to being the one and only in the Nebraska run game. More than 100 carries more than the next guy on the team. Raiola is popped, and that goes into the front row. Michael Kilbane applies more pressure after a big week last week.
Discuss an intentional grounding type of situation. They're going to say they have an RPO thing up top. I guess they're going to say that, but Kilbane is unaccounted for right there. They are very excited about his development. As you said, 6'5", 275, but Lakewood, Ohio native is quick, man.
That's Johnson carving out space right up the gut. And he bows down at the 13-yard line to make it 3rd and 2.
Fitzgerald lost his lid, man. It's going to be that kind of game. Double chin strap, buckle up, physical game. Both these teams play it.
Yeah, that's one of their more aggressive run fillers, too. Their leading tackler is out on this 3rd down. That's been very balanced for Dana Holgorsen calling the plays for Nebraska. 4 runs, 3 passes. Now 3rd and 2. And it's Johnson again, wrangled in the backfield. Braden Bruss got there, but pushed him forward. Johnson with the leg drive and another first down.
What defensive coordinator Tim Gargle was worried about. Even when you get to him, you got to get him down. Watch, there's multiple Northwestern defenders in the backfield in position to make the play, and they can't get him down. Great job by Emmett Johnson.
He finishes forward. It's first down and goal. With Nebraska on the march after forcing the punt. And keep it with Johnson. Foot race to the edge. He slips out of there. Opening drive score for Nebraska.
Combination combination of power and then speed. Outran. Watch, the edge pressure is going to come off the backside. I believe that was Bruss. 33 just outruns him, kicks up his feet. House call.
So power and speed on back-to-back carries for Johnson. The gritty,
yeah.
The gritty in between the tackles run on third down, and then he wins the track meet out to the end zone for 6. Make it 7 on the extra point, and Nebraska, for the first time in a Big Ten game, opening drive score, 7-zip.
Welcome to the field, Director of Athletics, Troy Gannon, University of Nebraska Assistant President, Jeff Roll, and Executive Director of the National Strategic Research Institute. To my head.
Seven 0 Nebraska, forced a punt, scored a touchdown. Time for today's game flow, sponsored by Progressive.
Tailgating in the dark today was very impressive.
Yeah, it was. Even with an 11 a.m. kick, shown out in big numbers.
Professionals, yes.
That was Emmett Johnson 9-yard touchdown run that capped the 9-play touchdown drive. John Hull kick it off to Joseph Hyman after Nebraska for the first time in the Big Ten this season.
Touchdown.
Touchdown on the opening drive. Hull to Hyman and through the back. Northwestern up for the second time on offense after their first drive stalled on the 3rd and 12. Well, they stuck to script that first series run, quick pass run, first down, and then a penalty backed them up, and that was that.
Got them out of their system, and that's not who they are. Like we talked about earlier, they're just going to try to out-team you, get after you with the body blow on offense, and then a great answer by Nebraska's offense to capitalize.
The Huskers didn't score a touchdown all last week. Already got 7 up on the board before their defense takes the field for the second time. Stone pumps, nothing there, and it's caught but out of bounds to his running back, Caleb Komolafe.
Like there was just a little miscommunication there. Preston Stone then was late to Komolafe as the outlet. The 2 first down passes there. Zach Lujan, offensive coordinator, kind of breaking some tendencies and trying to loosen up this Nebraska defense. The first play of the game, it worked right here. 2nd and 10, not so much.
Everything about this matchup, Northwestern against Nebraska defense, would be early down runs, like we see here on a 2nd down. And that pile keeps driving ahead to the 30. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. Nebraska has the best pass defense by yardage in the country. Northwestern loves to run. That's why you think we'd see about 50 runs today.
Yeah, so right here, 3rd and 6 plus. That's where you almost have to be in passing mode if you're Northwestern's offense. This is where D coordinator John Butler dials up the pressure. They've already been more aggressive from a front standpoint, outnumbering Northwestern, trying to create these types of situations. 3rd and 12, and now a 3rd and 6.
Sea of red rises again on a 3rd and 6.
And lots of folks at the line of scrimmage showing pressure, showing a 0 blitz.
How many are coming? They dropped a couple out. 4 coming. Stone unloads it. Wilde twisting in the air. Made the adjustment and the catch. He beats Andrew Marshall in a rematch of that last 3rd down.
Just a go ball. Andrew Marshall, best cover guy out here. Wilde, a little sluggo, a slant and go. Thinking, oh, they'll just try to run the slant, convert, get that 6 yards. Nope, we're going to take a shot. Great execution.
They needed 6. They got 37. And that rugby scrum comes up Wildcats again, plowing ahead for an 8-yard pickup.
Wilde, the South Dakota State transfer, he's done that against everybody. You know, that's the thing. You watch this guy go, gosh, he's not, you know, they say 6'2", he's probably not 6'2", probably not 200, and he just makes play after play after play. And the trust that has been built between Preston Stone and Griffin Wilde in this amount of time has been magical.
You say all those things and they're true, yet he wins every game against DBs, no matter who it's been.
0 coverage against their best guy.
Yep. He's on the sideline. Wilde is here, and this is Stone keeping himself, and he dives ahead for a 1st down.
You're talking about where he began the dive. It was a dive. He should get every inch of that run, and I think it's going to be enough. Preston Stone is not necessarily going to do that a ton. He is a situational runner. Right there, he's reading 93 as he squeezes down. Pet check. Great awareness by Stone. Great job getting vertical and getting just enough for the 1st down.
Mark, remember David Braun told us that Preston Stone showed him something last week as a runner, that they trust him as a quarterback runner now, even after taking some big shots the past few weeks. Right into the teeth of the Nebraska front for no gain. Donovan Jones tucked in from cornerback. A physical player out on the edge makes the tackle for no gain.
Great adjustment here by Nebraska, just outnumbering them in the box, one-on-one outside. Watch all these bodies show up at the point of attack for Hyman. There's nowhere to go, just a downhill mentality run. Well defended. Watson, Trent, the finisher. Zone coverage here for Nebraska.
Tight end shifting around, give the hit for Stone on the coverage. They set up a quick pass to the running back, and Hyman is run down by Singleton. Big day for Singleton against these backs, and he's all over it to bring up a 3rd down.
Deshaun Singleton, just great awareness. Their most physical guy. And like tackling his own Hyman plays above his fighting weight. And these fans are jacked up to stop it. 3rd down again.
Full throat on another 3rd down. Northwestern on a 3rd and 6, just converted on the big play to Wilde. Wilde down to the bottom side. And motion him into the slot. Stone given time. Stone fires, and it's knocked down. Sierra Wright. There's the heart and the soul for Nebraska on defense. Batting it down. 4th down.
Guthrie, Wright, both were looking around for a flag. We're going to see it look like a little tug as Stone create a little pressure on himself. Great job of avoiding on the outside that time. Amarazi well defended. Good no call.
So Wright's knocked down on Amarazi, sets up a 40-yard try for Jack Olson for the 1st points of the day for the Wildcats. 8 of 10 on the year, and Olsen on his first of this Saturday is clean through from 40 yards out. So that big third down conversion from Stone to Wilde ends up netting 3 points. And it's 7-3 Nebraska late first quarter. This was the one that set him up.
Nice try. You're still walking away with a $100 gift card and a swag bag courtesy of NCAA.
Think you've got what it make a hard feet.
Matt Rule's defense holds Northwestern to 3 on that drive after Griffin Wilde's acrobatic catch kept the drive going. And this dangerous return game for Nebraska is not just in the punt game with Barney. Northwestern is very aware of Kenneth Williams, too, who almost took one to the house 2 weeks ago at Maryland. And Akers does give him a returnable one. Williams across the 25 off a couple of hits. And another good return. This more of the physical variety out to the 34. It's for Dylan Raiola, and the offense for Nebraska will begin after this. It's always a beautiful day here at Memorial Stadium. Tailgating no matter the weather.
of run, of quick game, of the RPOs. We saw a throwaway, right, by Dylan Raiola, which that's a step in the right direction if you're a Nebraska fan. And that was a little bit on everybody. You see the recent history of sacks in a game. That's too many. Some of them were 3-man rush, some of them were 4-man rush, taking multiple sacks in the red zone. Throwaway progress is progress, maturity.
No sacks in an opening drive score, and they moved Raiola around, and he takes the space he's given and dives to the 40-yard line. Here's the other thing about Nebraska's opening touchdown. They did it against a Northwestern defense that allowed nothing.
Doesn't give those up. Yep.
Last week. No points in their shutout for the first time since 2017.
And even that last play right there, an RPO, they're making Raiola keep the ball, trying to stop Emmett Johnson. Great job right there, falling forward for 6.
And it's back with Johnson, who stutter steps his way through 2 tackles. Uline missed also, and some of those sure tacklers for Northwestern are seeing Johnson slip right through their fingers. First down, Nebraska.
Wow, great job up front. Rocco Spindler in his injured head ends up about 25 yards downfield, but watch Johnson jump cut. That's what he does so well, jump cut, making Wallace miss. These are great tacklers on that second level. Look at 50, right there with him finishing.
15-yard pickup, well earned behind those big boys for Emmett Johnson. Right back into plus territory for Nebraska. Play fake, Hubbard has Raiola escape, and hey, there's another one.
Another throw-in. That's maturity outside the pocket. A little bit of a Bronx cheer from these very savvy Nebraska fans. He was outside the pocket. The ball was beyond the line of scrimmage. Offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson will be happy about that.
That's one that ends up on the ticker at the bottom of the screen.
Right. Touchdowns, interceptions, throwaways, 2.
2 to the bench. Dana Holgerson has kept the language of this offense from last year, but he has mixed in some of his own wrinkles as a play caller. After taking over midseason last year. Out quick again. It's complete on the screen. And some physical running from Mekhi Nelson, who's in there to support Emmett Johnson in the backfield today.
Again, a good job by Rocco Spindler, coming inside out on Braden Bruss. The Notre Dame transfer, Spindler. Him and Elijah Pritchett, the left tackle, their 2 best players were without those guys. Part of that was self-inflicted with Pritchett's targeting.
Yeah, Spindler's had to do with his finger popping out. Had to go to the hospital in Minneapolis last week, but playing a week later. On a 3rd and 4. It's Mosey patiently working to the edge. Northwestern rallies to get him before he can turn the corner. Braden Turner set that edge at Sam linebacker, and Matt Uline finished him off.
Really nice job by this linebacking crew. These guys, they do not waste footsteps. Very intelligent, very well coached. They got that little combination of Mosey and Emmett Johnson in together. Has been a nice little package for him. 4th and 1 at this point, absolutely go.
Well, it's Heinrich Harburg, who's now a tight end, the former quarterback, handing off. Johnson with the second effort. And it looks like he got there. And he did. It's a first down with a little wrinkle. Harburg, the tight end, former quarterback, turned quarterback again.
Yeah, former QB, 6'5", 230, has that run capability. Watch that push up front. And as you said, initially, he was stopped. Emmett Johnson versus Bruss for the nose of the ball.
When do you think the last time Dylan Raiola was in a 3-point stance was? Looking like his dad out there.
As a toddler.
His dad, a former offensive lineman. And he dotted the I with Heinrich Harburg taking center stage.
That's the end of the first quarter.
On the 4th down pickup for Nebraska. 1 quarter down from Lincoln. Big game in the Big Ten. Couple of 5-2 teams. The Red Hot Wildcats trailing the Cornhuskers 7-3. First quarter down, Nebraska with an opening drive touchdown and on the march here after Jack Olson's field goal. And those third downs that Nebraska has picked up, including this latest fourth down, led them to hold the ball.
Yep, that's the key right there. Offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson's play selection and then ability to execute said plays. 10 runs, 5 passes that take that all day long.
More trickery. It's Barney using his lightning speed out to the edge, and he is clocked on the sideline. Fitzgerald comes flying over and makes a clean hit. His flags stay in pockets on the Barney run.
Barney in space, the gadget guy, and Fitzgerald knows that. That's the play off the play to Mosey. Good job extending him. Haggerty at least slows him down, and Fitzgerald looks clean. Inbounds, no targeting, not a defenseless player, any of those things. Just a physical dude.
Barney got 7. It's a priority to get him more touches today. He's had a quiet couple of weeks. They get him going in the run game. As Johnson runs into Carmine Bastone, the best run stopper in the middle of that Northwestern defense. Brings up a third down.
Sounds like a matchup of like Chicago guys. Carmine Bastone versus Rocco Spindler.
Well, you know,
that battle.
You know, Bastone is going into the Italian American Hall of Fame this year.
You should.
Him and Bobby Valentine, Frank Lenti, legendary coach, Hulk Hogan, part of that class. Anyway, it's third down. Bastone back in there in the middle of the defense. Raiola rolls the pocket. And a twisting catch by Barney. Can he get there? He can't. Garner Wallace playing downhill to go get Barney. Fourth down.
That's just so hard to do. Garner Wallace, one of their best guys, 6'4", 220. They get a little rub route. Dane Key is running the clear and stopping the advance of Ja'Cory Barney Jr. short.
Well, the offense is still out there after Nebraska converted 4th and 1 earlier on the drive. And it's Harburg under center again, and they go push, and he is right at the 25. That's where he needs to have it.
The officials have him spotted for first down, and
they got it.
Yeah.
1 yard gain.
Push came from Luke Lindenmeyer, his tight end, from right behind Harburg.
Northwestern going with the submarine technique up front, trying to free up, in that case, Bruss and Fitzgerald to get over the top. But Harburg, don't forget, 6'5", 230, former quarterback, has great ability to run the rock.
The last time Northwestern was here 2 years ago, he was the starting quarterback in that game. A couple of 4th and 1s, he's gone under center. And a timeout for the Wildcats ahead of first down. So 2 4th down pickups for Nebraska on 4th and 1 have the drive.
Northwestern is challenging the ruling of a first down in the previous play.
Okay, so will there be a line shot with all those bodies in there that can prove this one?
Yeah, being able to see the ball is paramount and really difficult in these situations. The line to gain, as you said, is the nose of the 25. So the Harburg side of the 25. He doesn't go any further there initially, but this is where you gotta have the chip in the ball and that whole thing.
The Hawkeye technology.
Yes.
But interesting, Harburg, where he has that ball, is on his hip.
Yeah, and it's
rather than high and
lower.
tight.
Yep.
Mike Pereira is with us today, and
they're playing Seeking Words of Wisdom in the stadium. We need Mike.
Mike, they say let it be. What say you?
Know, words of wisdom, those are not very frequent from me, but to me, the only shot that you can really look at is actually the line feed, and it's that leap over the top. And the fact that they ruled it a first down can't change it.
After review, the ruling of a first down is upheld. First down, Nebraska.
And Greg
Nebraska
Blum basically
charged the
says
team timeout
exactly
and
what Mike Pereira
loses
just
its challenge to the remainder of the game.
Mike Pereira, the 5th.
Correction, Northwestern has charged a timeout and loses its challenge to the remainder of the game.
The 5th Beatle, Mike Pereira, all over it.
So Northwestern loses that timeout and their challenge. They initially announced Nebraska to a confused, Matt Rule had been charged with that. Immediately corrected.
Dylan Raiola back there in the shotgun and handing to Johnson on first down, and he meets Bastone again. They're cleaned up by Uline and the rest of those linebackers for Northwestern.
Both teams basically have the same mentality, run the rock, set up everything else. Northwestern selling out, really making Dylan Raiola beat them in the RPO game as a ball carrier or the pass part of the run pass option executioner. 2nd and 10, advantage Northwestern.
Good plays for Bastone on this drive. Hubbard is home to the quarterback. A straight bull rush off the edge, and Hubbard plants Raiola.
Loss of 9.
Officials timeout for player injury.
Hubbard right here, just a speed rush right through the 2nd string tackle, Teddy Prohaska, who is currently down. Bull rush, Hubbard finish. Hopefully Prohaska's okay.
Nebraska without their starting right tackle Gunnar Gatula today. His backup Teddy Prohaska was down on that last play, so it's their 3rd option now. Turner Corcoran in the game at right tackle.
Yeah, very versatile guy, has played a ton, was playing earlier in this game as a tight end fullback type character.
It's a 3rd down screen for Hunter, and Northwestern, as they do a lot, rally up, force the ball in front, 4th down.
Good call by offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson. Got a new rotation of offensive linemen against this talented defense. That defense knows that same thing, and they rally to the screen.
Throwing opposite of Corcoran, too, the right tackle.
Yep.
So it'll be a field goal try for Kyle Cunanan. Been good on the year. Big leg with the long of 52. This from 44. For a try to 7-point lead for Nebraska. And that is off the target. The special teams have been excellent for Nebraska this year, and David Braun juiced up after his team gets a stop. So A few plays in the run game from Bastogne. Aiden Huber with the sack that set up the 3rd and long. And Northwestern gets off the field unscathed.
Look at the mechanics of it. Just looked like a push. He's got a square rotation, a clean end over end. Just pushed it, hips open, pushed it right. That is rare footage.
Cunanan with the chest tap, a guy that has cleaned up the kicking game, that has struggled the first 2 years that Matt Rule has been here. Just his 2nd miss of the year. Snapped a string of 7 straight makes for Cunanan.
Northwestern going 13 personnel here, 1 back, 3 tight ends.
And leading the way for a short pickup with those 3 tight ends. Van Buren leading the way for Dawson Merritt to come in there and make the hit.
Kickoff return from Kenneth Williams earlier. Probably advantaged Nebraska. Missed field goal, kind of neutralizing the kick game. Whoever wins that X factor is probably going to win this game.
David Braun talked so much yesterday about the net yardage in this game.
Andrew Marshall traveling with Wilde wherever he goes. Right now they're up top.
And running away from that matchup, seeking space on the edge with Komolafe, who's chopped down at the 35. And Sierra Wright stopped the first down, but a good run for Komolafe to make it 3rd and short.
Several thousand clad in red calling for a hold on the front side of this play. You see a little tug on the inside, but not enough to call it. When Neri, 96, was the guy who lost contain due to that phantom hold.
We're down in 1, and Stone calls his own number. And plenty there for the first down.
An old-fashioned QB sneak right there. Preston Stone, he doesn't need a substitute. No Ryan Bowe. He is a talented backup and can do some things on his own, but a lot of times that's a play you'll check to if you have the right look. 3-on-2 inside guard, center guard against just the 2 defensive tackles that were in there at that time. Aligned over the top of it, you see 92 and 16, or Fotu and Judy.
Wagner comes in motion. They bump out on him. And it's a play fake. And a setup for the tight end and through a tackle. It's Hunter Welsing, who scored a touchdown last week. And that misdirection leads him out to the 45.
If this ball's just a little bit better, it lets Wilson turn up. But watch 21 Guthrie, watch him travel with his man on that little slider screen concept. And then just a Ratikai there, 62. Can't identify and then finish. That's great hustle by Guthrie.
Guthrie earned his black shirt a couple of weeks ago. After starting the year as the backup, he's become the starting safety for the Cornhuskers. He checks out on this 2nd down and 3. A hard count, almost got Nebraska jumping. Now Stone, clean pocket through hands and incomplete. Watson Trent off the ricochet from Komolafe. Almost came up with the takeaway. 3rd down.
Preston Stone just bypassed Griffin Wilde here. He's going to end up to your left side on a little post corner. Let's play quarterback with him. Hard sell, right ball. Right there, he's open. He came off of it. If your primary guy is open, take it. You don't know what's next. Number 1 is number 1 for a reason. Take it.
It's not a lot that he misses Wilde.
No.
3rd down and short. Movement up front. And Hyman has the first down regardless of that flag. Looked to be offside on Nebraska.
Yep.
But he's out to the 48.
In the neutral zone at the snap. Hard ball snap count. Preston Stone doing a nice job of that early on, changing it up. So it's going to be about pick 'em here, as whether they decline it or accept it. Gain of 5 and enough.
Offside.
We had a...
We're doing the math right here.
Yep.
4.95 yards or 5.
Offside. Defense, number 5, the penalties decline. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
That's Van Poppel. So first down, Northwestern. Remember the conversation we had with Preston Stone yesterday about breathing and how it relates to his cadence in a loud road environment?
The diaphragm, the snap count, that great job right there. Getting the big boy Riley Van Poppel. Just plays more and more and more in the rotation. That won't earn him one time, but this next play might.
Stone was saying that Zach Lujan has basically been his voice coach with his cadence. Hey, we're going to Beaver Stadium this year. We're going to Memorial Stadium this year. You got to have some bark as the quarterback.
The penalty was declined. The result of the play is a first down.
And then Josh Fussell was doing his impression of Preston Stone, and that was gold yesterday at our meeting.
It was. Caleb Komolafe, too. He's just running back at his version of Preston Stone's cadence. Very impressionable.
Everybody's a quarterback.
That's right.
Everybody's a quarterback until the pressure's on.
All right, so about midway through the second quarter, missed field goal from Nebraska set Northwestern on this drive, looking for their first lead of the day.
One down here. That's Frank Covey in there against Andrew Marshall. I don't know why this is so confusing. It was basically 4.95 yards or 5 yards on the carry.
Either way, the ball is going to be at about the 48.
Yeah. It doesn't take a Northwestern guy to figure that out, right?
Well, it took a Ball State guy to add that 1 yard. It's at the 49, not the 48. On first and 10. It's Hyman busting to the edge, and hey, there's Van Poppel flashing in and stopping a bigger game. He got 6.
Just a really nice design, wadding this thing up, playing inside run. Taking Van Poppel for a ride, and Joseph Hyman cutting it back to that void. Great push up front. They're going to answer now with a bigger personnel group.
John Butler, the Nebraska defensive coordinator, had a lot of heavy personnel packages ready to go against this run-first offense today.
4-3 group now.
Yeah, those big boys in there now. Stone lost the ball on the mesh. And Northwestern got back on top of it. It was right there for Van Poppel. And Berenson saves the drive for Northwestern.
This is indicative they do not do this a lot. Preston Stone with the zone read action. Hyman, that is correct to pull it, protect that rock. And right now, Evan Berenson, Preston Stone will buy him some dinner if they win this game. That was a massive play. Great awareness, Van Poppel trying to make up for that penalty earlier, right on the verge.
Nebraska crowd rises again on a third down. Stone on a 3rd and 5. Out to the edge. Drew Wagner stutters the feet and cuts back in for a first down to the 35. Quiet this road crowd for the Wildcats.
Defense coordinator John Butler takes away Wilde. Safety went that way. Right here, really nice job on the option route. Play quarterback with Preston Stone. It's a 4-man game, twist game up front. Look at that little inside out. Really nice job on right and a first down. Drew Wagner against the heart and soul of that Nebraska defense, Sierra Wright.
Well, the former walk-on who they put on scholarship this offseason. Keeps the drive alive after the close call for Northwestern on the fumble. Now the fresh set into tight coverage. Guthrie was all over the tight end Lawson Albright, who secures it for a 4-yard gain.
Albright, one of many talented tight ends. They just have great roles defined for all those guys, and everybody kind of just plays their role to the maximum of their ability. Van Buren, kind of the hammer, best blocker. Right there, really nice shot by Preston Stone, getting off of Wilde that time and finding the check down.
Northwestern, one of the best teams in the country.
Tick, 4:52.
Yeah, they're doing exactly that. They're controlling the clock. And they have on this drive as Komolafe skirts out of there, makes a cut back inside, and he's inside the 10. 22 yards for Komolafe and a 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
John Butler trying to bring pressure, D-coordinator from Nebraska. It's right here, and they run right into it. Great awareness. Deuce McGuire on that front side. Berenson fanning it out. And just well done running through what ends up being the unblocked That's Watson Trent in there. Komolafe doing Komolafe things.
Northwestern trying to turn the missed Nebraska field goal into a first half lead. As we're inside 4 minutes on this 1st and goal. Quick set, nothing there. Stone has it knocked down. Van Poppel, good and bad on this drive, has been involved in the mix a bunch. He knocked that one away.
Good job by Van Poppel. Ends up knowing he's not going to get there. Watch 5. Pass protection by McGuire, 93, coming off the edge. It actually ends up, we can correct that.
Both
It's
guys got it.
Petchek, Petchek and Van Poppel combined.
Kate Petchak, the true freshman, playing a lot in that defensive line room. And snap off target. Stone made the adjustment and right into the arms of Van Poppel. Since the offsides, Van Poppel has made a couple of good plays on the front for the Cornhuskers.
Northwestern sideline, all indicating face mask. We'll take a look at this from the end zone. Changing up their goal line looks. A version of a little kick-out play looked like it was below the face mask and no call. Great stop, setting up this 3rd down, and Northwestern's going to talk about it.
Second team charge timeout, Northwestern.
Northwestern used their first timeout on that challenge. This is their 2nd. Chasing 7-3 late in the 2nd.
Halftime, 2nd-ranked Indiana hoping to bring UC. Best 2 teams in the country right now play in the Big Ten. The #1 Ohio State Buckeyes, the longest active winning streak in the conference at 11. They're off before Penn State next week. #2 Indiana, 7 wins in a row, leading 21-0 right now. Northwestern is next in line with 4 in a row, including that upset win at Penn State 2 weeks ago. And they have a 3rd and goal, chasing 4 points late in this 1st quarter.
Take care of the rock here. Preston Stone points at a premium. Nebraska will get the ball back and then have a chance to double up, have it first in the 2nd half. Take care of the rock.
14th play of this drive coming up. Nebraska showing pressure. They bring 4. They set up a screen for Hyman. And Hyman is cut down at the 7. Marquise Buford up making the stick to force a Northwestern field goal try. When flags come out at the end, is that scrum went all the way to the fencing. And 2 flags came out where that little skirmish broke out.
Berenson was out there, multiple offensive linemen trying to finish that screen. Everybody on both sides, again, they're going to make everybody earn it. Sierra Wright say, hey, I would never do anything. Great reaction by Nebraska to rally to the screen and get him down. Let's just make sure we played cleanly through it.
The result of the play was 4th down coming up. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 defense, 62 offense. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul for each player. His second results in game disqualification.
So top of the screen here, it's going to continue, as you said, the security fence. It's just like, looks like Berenson and Singleton.
Radikai.
And Cola, sorry, yep, yeah, Radikai, sorry, 62, my fault.
So Radikai stayed engaged, then Singleton tugged at the end. And it ends up being offsetting.
Probably a good wash.
And Jack Olson from 25 for Northwestern, looking to cut it to a 1-point Nebraska lead. And Olson is 2 for 2 on the day. It ends up being a 6-point swing. The miss for Nebraska. A long march down, 15 plays and 3 points. Northwestern within 1. Cornhole backs.
It's got to be cornhole here, and they're good at it.
Last night, the Blue Jays made a monster statement, taking Game 1 of the World Series. Now Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers look to even the series. Coverage of Game 2 of the World Series begins tonight at 7 Eastern, only on Fox. Ohtani versus Vladdy Jr., that should be a great series. Game 2 tonight.
No return.
A couple field goals for Northwestern on special teams, and they've kept the ball out of the hands of the dangerous return men for Nebraska. Well, the midseason change last year. Dylan Raiola in his freshman year Dana Holgerson comes in as the offensive coordinator, and the numbers are stark with and without Dana Holgerson.
Yeah, just really stabilize things, try to just play more efficient right at the top line there. The TD interception ratio, which has reared its ugly head a little bit this year when they have struggled so far today, and right now is going to be a test again of this patience, but the numbers don't lie.
Today, coaching profile sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. So started this 3-minute offense, begins on the ground with Isaiah Hunter, and he is shoved out of bounds.
Got a flag
Flag
up top.
does come up. Yep.
Isaiah Hunter, stiff arm, no late hit out of bounds on this side. It was an alignment penalty up top. They have not had any indication. They're asking David Brunn now.
Illegal motion. Offense number 13 was moving forward to snap. The penalties declined. Second down.
So Isaiah Hunter with the motion man. And that type of deal, basically a jet sweep action, that's rare. But he did belly too soon, and then had to reset himself toward the line of scrimmage. They will just stick with the tackle for loss and set up second and long. Screen down.
Motion, and they run it. It is wide open. Wow, that is a gaping hole. Emmett Johnson picks up all that penalty yardage and more with the yardage on the loss. And man, that was a massive hole.
Play off a play, the speed sweep action over the top. Sets it up. There's the jet sweep action that time by Jacoy Barney, and he took 2 Wildcats with him, and a gaping hole for Johnson.
First down, Raiola, quick pop to Key along the sideline. Back-to-back plays moving forward after the backwards play. Opened up the drive.
Officials timeout for player injury.
Player injured down on the sideline for Northwestern.
Somebody just full extension mode, trying to get to Key.
It's Josh Fussell, their cornerback.
Yeah, a guy who's been in and out and just has a massively bright future. 6 foot 195. We met with him yesterday. Just a really engaging dude and can do it all. He's physical, can cover.
Fussell missed a couple of games.
Right here, 13.
He missed the UCLA game, the UL Monroe game, came back against Penn State. And after the hit on Key, Fussell went down and is back up. Northwestern is also without Ori Adei in their secondary in this game, who started for Fussell when Fussell was hurt those 2 games. So Evan Smith is the next man up. Now, Smith was a starter last year, so he has experience in Big Ten games. He's down on the bottom side. Fresh into the game with Fussell over to the injury tent. Nebraska shorthanded at tackle. Northwestern shorthanded at cornerback. In this 1-point game just ahead of the 2-minute timeout. It's Mosey. Another big one up the middle. First it was Johnson. This time it's his backup Mosey all the way down to the 35. So that's the final play into the 2-minute timeout. Nebraska on the march, leading by 1 in a win and go to the postseason game. Both teams looking for their 6th win in Lincoln.
Nebraska's newest military service man. It's now time for the Woodhouse Shuffle. Today's contestant is Lisa, who is going to attempt to ask the correct truck. If Lisa is correct, Then Lisa at section 6, group 36, are going home with G6, courtesy of Woodhouse. Lisa, are you ready? All right, let's go.
See you then, Mike. Well, you expect it to be a one-score game when Northwestern and Nebraska play. It is here at 7-6.
That's what they do.
That's what they do, and that's what they've done to the 2-minute timeout. And a couple big chunks in the run game for Nebraska on this drive at the +35. Play fake. Sideline shot is knocked away. The new guy in there, Evan Smith, after the injury to Fussell, plays that beautifully.
Just we talked about, shows a too high safety look, test the new guy. Dane Key goes vertical. Evan Smith, great coverage. Patient, high hands to the ball, eyes back to the quarterback against the physical 6'3", 210 Dane Key.
Fussell hadn't played a defensive snap in 3 weeks since Fussell came back. Big play on this first down. Well, that is shut down. Aiden Hubbard all over Emmett Johnson for a big loss. Sack earlier in the half. Tackle for a loss for Hubbard, and it's third down.
Hubbard and Bastone, these guys just have a great relationship. They kind of freelance a lot of line stunts right here. There's so much upfield. Nebraska's really taking advantage of kind of the pass rush mentality that Nebraska had, that Northwestern has in this 2-minute drill. Run the ball with great success right here, 3rd and 16.
What's that do to a possible field goal decision now?
Well, that's why you got to get north if you're the ball carrier right there.
Nebraska with the 3 timeouts, clock at 1:15. That loss backed him up from the 35 to the 41. Raiola does get it north to Lindenmeyer, back into field goal range, and plowing his way toward the stakes. Northwestern with a late push, and forward progress stopped a yard short. So it is 4th down with inside a minute to go.
Inside a minute. Would not be surprised if they stayed on the field here. It's 4th and less than 1. Knowing you get the ball back, this is also an opportunity that if Matt Rule was, which looks like he's going to, well, he's either going to wind down the play clock. So right now, that leads me to believe they'll go for it on 4th down.
Nebraska. 30-second timeout.
It was interesting because that was kind of in between, right?
Exactly.
It wasn't...
Either one of these situations, you're getting the ball back. So if you've got guaranteed points, but you missed your guaranteed points earlier, that might be in his mind with this short of a distance to go. But that's exactly what you said earlier on that run play. Knocking him back twice last week. Dylan Raiola in the red zone took sacks against 4-man rushes. He has responded the right way, getting it out of his hand, and they are going to go for it.
And no surprise to see Heinrich Harburg going back to the huddle. They've used him under center on both of their 4th downs today, and they've gotten each of them. So Harburg back in there, but out to his traditional tight end spot instead. It's Raiola under center.
Hard count.
Well, they do snap it. He rolls out. Nothing's there. Raiola reverses and ball comes out. Raiola fumbled it. Northwestern gets their stop with a takeaway. Fred Davis plucks it off the turf. Braden Turner is masterful at the peanut punch. He just came up with another one.
So the positive here for Dylan Raiola. Good reaction initially. They didn't have the edge pressure by Turner. Now right here, get north. That's good. Got to protect the rock. Get north as quickly as possible. And Fred Davis, the beneficiary of that hatchet from Braden Turner. And this place,
silent. Turner is making a habit of that. He did that against Purdue last week. He does it again. And Nebraska has left several points on the board in this first half. Turnover here, missed field goal before. And Northwestern keeps it on the ground with just one timeout and a half a minute to go. And it looks like they'll take it into the locker room. Remember, Nebraska will get the ball at a halftime. They deferred the opening kickoff.
As you said, missed opportunities. The red zone turnover, the missed field goal. Started off red hot for Nebraska, playing efficient football for the most part. Those two big mistakes leave that annoying score of 7-6 at halftime. Sounds familiar.
It was 7-6 the other way for Nebraska last week. Northwestern likes to make it gritty, just like this. They stand tall after an opening drive score for Nebraska. State Farm halftime show is coming up. Mike Hill, Chris Peterson, and Bruce Feldman. Highlights from around the Big Ten and around the country coming your way right now. Good robo action there from the Johnny Carson Center. Pass yards even, rush yards favoring Nebraska, but it is 6-7 or 7-6 as they teach us in broadcasting school. Nebraska, but welcome back to Lincoln where it is 6-7. Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion. Northwestern will not go away. It's the same story at Penn State as it has been here today. They are right there in this game once again.
Yeah, just opportunistic in every way, and it really has been 6 or 7 plays that have made the difference in this thing. Started off hot if you're Nebraska, kind of a dream drive, a little mix of run, a pass of Emmett Johnson finding the end zone, and then missed opportunities were the day. Missed field goal, pushed right. A forced fumble, Brayden Turner ripping the ball out as Dylan Ryle was about ready to convert that 4th down, and a fired up David Braun. Makes it 6-7.
Okay, one more for the road. In case we didn't drive that point home enough, the score is 6-7. And Nebraska was in this spot last week, but in reverse. This time they lead into the half at 7-6. So Nebraska gets the ball first after deferring. And this opens up for Williams. He beats the kicker. He's down the sideline. He's through Smithcraft. Can one more get him? No! He's gone! Electric Nebraska starts the second half.
We said don't do it. We said do not do kick to that man, and that is why. Touched. Was barely down in touch football, and you know he wanted to finish the deal after that 85-yard return, caught from behind right there, opening the scoring in the second half. And the Big Red Nation is not back in their seats fully, and they're awful. Just confirming that he did not step out of bounds. It looked clean to us. Chop that, ready for play, confirmed.
Kenneth Williams, as you mentioned, the 85-yard return that he got ripped pretty good about by his teammates. Caught at the 10-yard line at Maryland. And the first kick return touchdown for Nebraska since J.D. Spielman in 2017. Opens up the second half here in 2025.
Looks like it's designed for this action, the press and then bounce. And following the Mosey, you saw 22, the lead. Watch the off returner right there, leading the pack. Another little isolation block. Makes the kicker miss, which you have to do. And then kick it out of that one tackle. And the rest was track speed. Inbounds. Great effort, great finish. Dream start for Nebraska.
And worth that scholarship money. walk-on turned scholarship player a couple of weeks ago after that big return day.
Gets a bear hug.
This return game for Nebraska, both punt and kick, has been outstanding. So that makes up for some of those missed chances in the first half with the missed field goal, the fumble on a 4th down. And how will Northwestern weather that in this environment on the road? With hold a kick to Hyman. And Hyman will not have a chance at a clapback.
Northwestern has first and 10 at the 25.
A flag comes out at the end of that kick that went through the back of the end zone at the 30. And based on the body language from Northwestern.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team of 35, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's Mekhi Nelson.
Man, just that's the stuff, right there. You make a huge home run. Don't give him a free 15 coming back the other way.
Well, the first half began with a bang for Nebraska with their opening drive scored. Second half begins the same way, and then Northwestern grinded, got the field goal stop, the 4th down stop. Now they play from behind, down 8 with Preston Stone back out there at quarterback. And it's Komolafe hit at the line, as he's done a lot, even when he's hit in the backfield. Still gets 2.
Yeah, always moving forward. Judy and company. Lenhart as well. Just lighten him up and falls forward for about 2. I guess we're going to finally mark that. But the best part about that, if you're Nebraska's offense, you're just sipping your Gatorade on the sideline and scoring a touchdown. Also a confidence builder.
Nebraska's run defense has been a story all year. They held Northwestern to 68 yards rushing in that first half. Stone, quick set, and fires sideline. Hayden Elegant for the first time today. And Donovan Jones had that open field tackle to make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 2. Really good situation for Northwestern. Again, they can run their playbook, which is run first. Everything else is kind of gravy. But key, 6'1", 200 Donovan Jones, a physical finish on the perimeter. He'd be running a long ways with the break that tackle.
In that first half, Northwestern 5 of 8 on 3rd down with that run-heavy approach in the play call. 19 runs, 14 passes. Where do they go on a 3rd and 2? It's a run for Stone. And he's right to the 50 with a first down.
It's right here. This is a check. Preston Stone has a weak side run, checking to a strong side run. Or if you have this look, just give it to me. I'm going to convert and check to the push inside. Just the 2 down defensive tackles, nobody else. They have been effective with that play throughout the year.
They've kept it in manageable situations on 3rd down today. Now 6 of 9 for the Northwestern Wildcats offense. Returns Komolafe a first down carry, and he bounces off that contain. And he's ahead for 3.
That's that play when they've been talking all week about 4-by-1 outside zone, basically trips and then the running back to the strong side. The stretch play, outside zone play into the boundary that had the big game that started the issues at Minnesota. Much better well defended right here.
It was that play that Darius Taylor went for 70 yards on last week to set up a Minnesota touchdown. Kept Komolafe to a 3-yard pickup as he exits for Joseph Hyman. It's a fake to him. It's out to the edge again, but off Wilde's hands. Inaccurate from Stone, with Vincent Shavers getting a handoff.
Yep, the RPO had Wilde, the hitch up top. They were outnumbered in the run game. You see that nub of Shavers. Can't pick with that, but you could certainly inhibit the vision of Preston Stone. zone in this situation. 3rd and long, changing up the pressure. Right here, it's going to be another version of zone.
6 men up at the line.
4-man rush.
They bring 4. They picked it up to the sideline. Incomplete, and the diving play by Wagner. So Stone protected, but a little off the mark on back-to-back throws, and it's time to punt.
The twist just creates a little hesitancy for him. You saw McCullough and 3 feet away from a conversion. That was well designed that time, and he knows, man, that's me.
Even Martez Lewis, who you saw in the picture, was like, we got it. And then, oh, that close. From Wagner pulling that in. So Akers hangs another one up in the air and avoids the lightning legs of Barney. Well, just like the first half, the second half begins well for Nebraska. Kenneth Williams made those fans smile. Got the pom-pom shaking.
And Huskers spirit.
Kickoff return touchdown. Kenneth Williams opened this second half with a bang. First half started well with that 9-play drive for the Huskers, and then the missed opportunities happened. Buchanan missed the field goal. 4th down play that Raiola fumbled. And a good punch out from Braden Turner for Northwestern. And a punt for the Wildcats as Raiola in Nebraska 89 yards away from pay dirt. Another penetration there and a terrific move. Wow, great feat for Williams in the backfield to make Bastogne miss. Well, let's go to Mike Hill in LA for an all-state game break. All right, Mike, thank you very much. Good. Quick feed of Emmett Johnson, and then he plows ahead for a first down. Back-to-back plays. The drive moves.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson, just the Harry Houdini on that first play. Bastogne in the backfield, Aiden Hubbard in the backfield. He just does a little chair cut, jump cut, gets vertical, showing his talent, man. Total back, physical, speed, out of the backfield.
Johnson at 5.5 yards a carry in this game.
Backwards.
It is backwards, and Barney stays behind the line. Fitzgerald loves to fly up from safety. He's keeled over. And was squatting down after making that tackle.
That guy, man, all he does is just run and collide. That's just what he does all game long. Here he is coming out of center field. Again, that is so hard to do. Run full speed through a guy that is electric with a football. To Corey Barney Jr. Great effort. This is the drive right here. Last week, Nebraska wants to flip the script again from that Minnesota game. The 98-yard drive. Can they put together a long, sustained touchdown finishing drive and separate?
After the loss, they keep it on the ground with Mosey. And the 3rd down and long is ahead. John Stevens into the game for Fitzgerald. He had to sit out that play, but he's right back in for this 3rd down in the back end for the Wildcats.
Fred Davis in at corner, setting the edge, turning Mosey back inside to the help. And if you're just joining us, no Adai, no Fussell at corner. Evan Smith, 12, the 3rd string corner down at the bottom. Empty.
Uline bumps out there. They go after that matchup, and Uline makes the open field tackle, but not before the 1st down. And maybe, no, he didn't get there. He's short. Uline drives him back and had just enough force to stop Johnson, but the offense for Nebraska will stay out there.
Showing like they're going to go for it. Empty. This is great design by Dana Holgerson. That's in space. Emmett Johnson against their best defender in the box on the perimeter. That's a tough assignment and a great job of getting him to the ground.
Well, now the offense comes off the field for Nebraska. So Drew Wagner, a chance at a punt return for Northwestern. Almost got there. Hubbard with the Archie Wilson left-footed punt. It drops Wagner all the way back inside the 15. Punt good, coverage good. Mac Uline with a big 3rd down stop and pass coverage. Gets the ball back to Northwestern after this.
This season, Emeritus is helping us celebrate championship moments from the past year. Nebraska track and field brought home individual champions.
But it's something that you can't take for granted. Like, why does this team have a little bit of momentum behind it right now? It's because we have been incredibly intentional about focusing on daily improvement.
In the second half. But it doesn't carry over to this week unless we let it.
Momentum is real, but it's something that you can't take for granted. Like, why does this team have a little bit of momentum behind it right now? It's because we have been incredibly intentional about focusing on daily improvement.
So that eager, angry energy from Matt Rule in Nebraska versus the momentum for Nebraska. How have you seen it play out today?
Well, it's just a great perspective from both sides. Matt Rule wants to stop it in its tracks, and David Braun wants his team to realize, hey, yeah, it's something if we do every single detail right to the maximum of our ability. We got a shot. Zero blitz.
In Nebraska, late getting guys moved around. They get McCullough off the edge, who Stone avoided and kept the play alive. It's tipped and picked off. Donovan Jones off the hands of Wilde. Quick change for the Huskers.
Preston Stone does a great job initially. Recognizes the pressure, avoids the pass rush, again unscathed. They're bringing 6. They've got 5 to block. McCullough has no one. He realizes right there, and then he just, instead of running, beating Judy in a foot race, tries to run it or pass it against the grain and just on the back hip of his guy. And we'll take a look at that, make sure that did not hit the ground. But it appears to have been confirmed because it was just chopped ready for play.
So Donovan Jones with his first interception. It's Nebraska's first takeaway in a few weeks. And now a good field position. Northwestern will try to erase with Garner Wallace up on Emmett Johnson stopping the run.
Another red
comes
flag
out behind the play. Flag is down at the 18. Well behind the play.
Yeah, it looked like some combination of Uline and or Pritchett. 2 guys that play right on the edge.
Following the play, personal foul, grasping and twisting the face mask. Defense, number 12. Half the distance to go, automatic. First down.
Or neither one of those guys. And the guy in for the injured Fussell, Evan Smith, and I think Uline was there to be a peacemaker.
And he's locked up with Dane Key at wide receiver. He retaliated. He was the one that retaliated and got called for it. Key had a face full. And then Smith retaliated and got called for it. And Johnson out to the edge. And a few yards there for him. We saw that in the first half, too, with that Erratikai play, the offensive lineman for Northwestern. Offsetting penalties in that case. This time a big one to make it first down, now second down for Nebraska. Smith had a big knockaway at the end of the first half with Josh Fussell going to the locker room. We're down 2 cornerbacks, Day and Fussell. That's why Smith is playing a bunch. Raiola, fade ball, Hunter twisting around. Is it foot in? Yes, it is! Gymnastics at the pylon. Touchdown for Hunter.
When you run the football, you can do anything. Results in man coverage, zeroed up on the outside. Great location. Good tempo on the ball. There's security. There's that right toe. Looked good to me. Toe, cleats up, inbounds. Survived the ground. Big time throw, big time catch.
Wow. Whew. And Isaiah Hunter from Dylan Raiola. It's a 2-score lead for Nebraska. Well, that relationship, Raiola to Hunter. Hunter said that the first guy that's going to be invited to his wedding is the guy that just threw him the football, Dylan Raiola. Raiola said that his brother will be his best man. Hunter might be second in line as his groomsman. Iowa to Hunter. Beautiful toe tap. Got the one down. The tap and the slap. Touchdown, Nebraska. It's on the Northwestern turnover. Donovan Jones on the tip ball interception.
Tip drill and a great response and a dream start to the second half. Nebraska has flipped the script on Northwestern and just out-teamed them.
Joseph Hyman finally gets a shot to return one, and it's shut down across the 20. So Northwestern will try to get it rolling again after the pick. Tomorrow on Fox, it's an NFC East rivalry as Jackson Dart and the Giants take on Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and the Eagles. Or Christian McCaffrey and the Niners take on the Texans or other regional action. Check local listings. The game in your area tomorrow on Fox. I've seen that look a lot today from Matt Rule. Headset off. And
you're right there just trying to get, again, just a couple extracurricular things that are right on the edge that as long as you don't get a penalty, you're good. Making Northwestern do it the hard way, the long way, and make them earn it.
The Wildcats never trailed last week when they shut out Purdue 19-0. Now facing a 2-score trail here on the road in Lincoln. And Komolafe. And Keona Davis running down the line to go tackle him.
Northwestern will be patient. They will run their offense and, till in this case, probably 3-score situation in the fourth quarter. Be patient. David Braun and company believing in what they do. You see the dividends of it.
I'm believing in those body blows, right? That eventually you start to feel this run game. No huge pops yet for that Northwestern run game with Komolafe. Stone steps out of pressure again, and on target, he has Elegant extending the play and extending the drive across midfield.
That is just the way you want your quarterback to respond after throwing a pick. You're going to end up with a twist game up here that ends up in his business. Judy as the looper. Great job stepping up. McCullough almost on the scene. Well done.
But the response with similar action, right? Getting out of the pocket. That's how he threw the pick. And he hits Slenderman.
That's right, Slenderman.
That's what they've been calling Hayden Elegant in that Northwestern locker room. Flags everywhere.
Barrington, just a little bit of a quick reaction. Got a good get off.
Abrupt movement, number 6 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
The best part is there's no 6. This would have changed their mind.
6 plays wide receiver.
I think they meant Van Poppel. And I get it. That is an abrupt, non-football stem. That's what they're trying to eliminate, to eliminate plays like that. And that is said completely as an offensive homer, I will say.
I know it well.
Get it out of the game.
Those defensive guys.
Get that stuff out of the game.
So first and 5. Komolafe slithers through. Didn't look like there was much there. And that spot has him right at the sticks. With
a chorus of first downs and a first down. And as you said, he just needs a little bit of a half gap. The beast that he does not like to be called. As for his average, right there on the season, 4.5 yards per pack.
It's been a drive with the nickname, guys. The Beast, as they call Komolafe. The Slender Man, Elegant, with a big 30-yard pickup.
Josh Russell out. They're playing for the glove at this point.
Yep. Well, Nebraska late to get organized. It's a reverse for Wildy. Wilson with a lead block, and Wildy made the first man miss, and then he's chopped down by Shavers. So that misdirection ends up netting 5 yards.
Deshaun Singleton out of the sky that time. Lining up quick, you'll see the action with ball handling. Hyman, the flip to Wildy. Sometimes that's adventurous. Great job turning it back to the big man, Vincent Shavers. That guy is not fun to cut it back against.
Shavers at full go this week. Only played 7 snaps last week. Their most impactful guy. He's right in the mix again. Hyman across the 30. And it'll be a 3rd down and short.
3rd down and short. Northwestern's optimum operational mode right here. 3rd and short to medium. Anything right, 3rd and 2 and shorter. They can get the quarterback sneak game right here. RPO game, quick game. They're still not afraid to run it and then go for it on 4th down as well.
Got to think that's the case here, right?
Yep.
If they don't get it. So 2 plays to get 3 yards, most likely for the Wildcats.
And Nebraska's going to take a timeout.
First team time, Nebraska, 30-second timeout.
So possibly one to remember in what tends to be a close series when Nebraska and Northwestern play. So that first timeout gone for Nebraska before a 3rd and 3. Weekdays on FS1, sharp minds talking everything that matters. Wake Up Barstool, The Herd, and First Things First. It's sports talk that never lets up. Weekdays on FS1, no brainer. So 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that some coaches almost feel like that 3rd timeout is a little bit of a freebie floater with the 2-minute timeout being automatic. Right here, it just felt like Matt Rule, that man just wasn't pleased with his alignment against Northwestern's formation. Now they come out in a different look. Tight end trips to the field, man coverage.
It's the speed back Hyman next to Stone. On a 3rd and 3. Stone lets it fly. He can't complete it. Wagner tied up in coverage with Wright. And it was clean coverage to bring up a 4th down. Flags stay in pockets.
They had what they wanted, man coverage, and they missed Wilde. Had the little inverse rub called, and it ended up throwing it over the top. It's going to be this pick, and then right here, that's where you want the ball. Right there. Good job. That's legal because it was right at the line of scrimmage. As far as the offensive pick play, and Wilde came clean, and it is that Judy that's down?
Elijah Judy. Center of that defensive line for Nebraska. Right in the middle of that run defense ahead of a 4th and 3 where it looked like Northwestern was going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, see if they stayed with that mode. Where is the snapper? Yep, no, that's kicker mode, right?
Nope, that's the offense right there.
Now the offense again, yep.
And play call is in to Preston Stone. We figured Northwestern plays a low possession type of football. Chasing 2 scores, might not be a lot of possessions left in this game.
Wilde's at the bottom of the screen. Right down here. See if they target him again.
On a 4th down. Stone to throw to the sideline and is elegant to the mark. He worked back and that spot looks short. Donovan Jones right with him. And now they move the spot up, and he's got it.
It's just going to be a matter of where he has possession. Elegon swiping Jones by, battles for it. Nebraska's going to take a timeout. This is going to be a matter of if there's an angle. It's all about the control, firm
Second
control.
charge timeout, Nebraska.
Is that
30-second
nose
timeout.
that the line to gain, as you said, initially it was spotted definitely short.
Well, there's a 2-yard difference in that spot. It was a yard short, then it was a yard past the marker.
The safety ran over the top of Griffin Wilde, so this is the one-on-one matchup you want. Preston Stone is in the right spot. That was a previous play right before they challenged it. So it's just
the ruling of the previous play is under further review.
That's the look right there. It does not look like, to me, he has possession, firm possession of that beyond the line to gain. And Donovan Jones, a big second half, the tip pick, and there, right there, is the first time at which he has full control.
Well, remember, this is a 4th down play also, so if he's short, it turns over on downs to Nebraska. Ruling on the field.
Man, that's close.
On the second spot is a 1st down. So advantage Nebraska in that way as it goes to review.
That red line is way off, just for the record. That 1st down line there, it's just there. The line to gain, we're about, it looks like about a yard displaced. I say Matt Rule was just told that it's upheld. He was disagreeing with that. It still hasn't. Our referee Greg Blum has not come out yet. Let's find out what Mike Pereira thinks.
Yeah, I think the key is here is, you know, normally when you get your contact by a defender, that's the foremost point where you get forward progress, but he bobbled it when he was going back upfield. So then he doesn't get it till he possesses the ball there at the ground. And that's the one that's really close. I mean, when we look at it, we're looking at that 1st down line, but that's not lined up properly. So it's a tight play.
I'm going to call on the field, Mike. 1st down for Northwestern.
I'm guessing by Coach Rule's reaction right there, it's upheld.
After review, the ruling of a 1st down is upheld. 1st down, Northwestern.
That's one where just like Mike said, that the line to gain was displaced by about 1.5 yards. I think that was a little bit of a false sense of security.
And then charged a team timeout. That was a replay shutdown. Nebraska has 2 team time remaining.
That's big. So we remain with 2 remaining plus the 2-minute timeout, and he fired up a bunch of officials in the stands.
Sea of reds turned sea of boos as Northwestern converts after review. Well, 1st and 10 from the 25. And Hyman twisted off 2 tackles, and now he's off to the races. Hyman has a 1st down. And a horse collar at the end of it. 3 flags are out as he got dragged down by Sierra Wright.
This is what I meant by Joe Hyman. Is a lot like Emmett Johnson, just hammers it. Watch him hammer it, break tackles, bounce outside.
Personal foul, defense, number 1. Half distance to the goal, another run, automatic.
Take your pick. In this case, Sierra Wright has a fistful of nameplate. Horse collar type action. The left hand for sure. A 15-yard penalty. And they're adding up right now for Nebraska.
So Northwestern on the elegant catch that went to review. They get the 1st down. Hyman with the magician act in the backfield. Plus the penalty on Wright, and it's 1st and goal.
Heavy personnel, 6 offensive linemen.
Toss. Pomalafe. Driving to the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern.
Six offensive linemen loaded up to that right end side. Had Deuce McGuire in as the tight end right here and run the toss away from it. Pin in the edge. Great job by those tight ends, the wideouts, and then the one-on-one matchup between arguably their best physical guy on that back end, Deshaun Singleton.
And the chance at the officiating moment. So 4th down play that goes Northwestern's way on a review. Did he or didn't he get the spot? They said yes for Elegon. Hyman set him up. Komolafe carried him in, and we've got a one-score game in Lincoln.
Grab your family, bring your friends, and help us create the best home court advantage in the Big Ten. Buy your tickets today, and we'll see you soon at PBA.
Secure your seat all season long for women's basketball season ticket. The best way to watch women's hoops in Lincoln. Get your tickets now at Huskers.com/tickets.
Rich Connor Onion back in Lincoln, where it's a one-score game after a controversial fourth down and then a touchdown by Caleb Komolafe on a 9-play, 78-yard trip down the field. The winner of this game is postseason bound for sure. And then there's still that talk alive of the biggest part of the postseason. You can keep that 2 in the loss column the rest of the way. No chance for Williams to return it. It's Mosey instead, and he is blasted. Northwestern all over it with Peyton Roth laying the wood on kickoff. So Dylan Raiola back to the field for Nebraska after his touchdown to Hunter.
Just a really nice job getting this game started by offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson through his single caller, getting the run game going, getting the RPOs going, and now this sets up the one-on-one opportunities for the, I guess they're groomsmen together. Jalen Raiola to Isaiah Hutch.
And then Johnson trying to do his best, Joe Hyman. Bouncing out of a couple of hits. Don't remember, Dylan Raiola, when he is kept clean, is one of the best passers in the country. Today, he's only been sacked once.
Yeah, last week, 9. Other games this season have been really close to 9, too close to 9. Embattled offensive line playing their really third right tackle right now, competing.
And he's on target to Barney, who swung down. And the ball, did that juggle out? Northwestern is saying yes. The spot is a yard short of the first down as Uline came out of the pile with it. Still Nebraska ball, and it's third down.
It's 31 at the 32.
Officials ruled forward progress to stop before losing possession of the ball.
So forward progress right there means there is no possible review. That looked like that ball was loose, but forward progress means that didn't happen.
Yep. So a chance for Northwestern to get right back off of the field after their touchdown. Made it a one-score game again. Fitzgerald coming on a blitz. Right up the middle, it's Johnson stuck by Flakes. But he has enough, nosing ahead for a first down.
How many of those have we had both ways? Both teams just pounded it inside the line to gain. Here's what, the 33-yard line, and he gets just across the tick. 33 and an 8. What is that? Just enough.
The linesman and the line judge have had a busy day on these short yardage plays. Nebraska has gone run heavy today. 10 more runs than they've thrown it. And they'll run it again. It's Johnson twisting ahead. He's up to the 39. That could be the last play of this third quarter.
Bastone is having a field day inside as far as his initial get off and avoidance and sheds of blocks, but hasn't made that play yet behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he can finish the fourth.
Four fingers up here in Lincoln. We head to the final 15 minutes. Couple 5-2 teams in a one-score game of the Big Ten.
Collins continues to be a dominant presence on the Cleveland Browns defensive line. Over the past few weeks, Collins has tallied 6 tackles, including 2 sacks in the Browns' Week 5 matchup against the Vikings. Levante David remains a cornerstone of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. He's recorded a tackle for loss in each of Tampa Bay's last 3 games and is now tied for 5th in NFL history for career tackles for loss. Amir Abdullah, now in his 11th NFL season, is making his mark with the Indianapolis Colts. Abdullah found the end zone for his first touchdown of the year in Colts' Week 5 win over the Raiders. He's also been a difference maker on special teams, breaking loose for an 81-yard return in a Week 7 victory against the Chargers. Fans, let's hear it for these Husker pros. Husker fans, please welcome 3-time Major League Baseball All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove winner, and Nebraska Athletics college baseball, and Houston Royals Hall of Famer, and World Series champion, number 4, Alex Norman.
Men's College World Series team. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to.
the ball at a 39-yard line.
Those 7-6 into the break. Nebraska 14-7 in this third, leading by 8 as we enter the final 15 minutes of this game. You win, you know you're going to the postseason in some fashion, and you have some blue bloods that are also 5-2.
In very good company, and shockingly a one-score game right now.
Fourth quarter starts with Johnson being shut down. Here comes a third down on Braden Bruss, reaching for that tackle.
Bruss just having a foot race with the Polars, beating it physically, getting across the face of the blockers and Emmett Johnson. Well done.
Nebraska 2 of 7 on third down. They have punched through on fourth down a bunch when they've gotten into short yardage.
Zone coverage, four-man rush is what they're showing.
Best pass rusher is Saka, now up in a 2-point stage, dropping out of there. And to the edge, and that's right at the line to get again. And Dane Key is marched short. Fred Davis up to make the hit. Here's another 4th and 1 for the Huskers.
The exact same spot. They end up dropping out. Saka trying to help out in the zone drop. Three-man rush, unable to create any pressure. Just bang, bang, throw, catch. Dane Key not able to get turned up against Fred Davis. Forced to punt.
So in their own territory, 4th and 1 this time, they will send out Archie Wilson.
And not shaking his head right there. That's just the patience game. Patience. Oh, wow.
Oh, big punt from Wilson, but too much on it. Skipped inside the 5.
It's a lefty down. Just for Dylan Rowell and company, the shaking the head, the frustration, 100% red-blooded American quarterback. You want that, but not playing through the defense. Making Northwestern earn it. Northwestern turned the tide on a couple of those 4th downs. Very close. And ideally would have kicked that inside the 10, which they have done very well at times.
Well, it hasn't been the prettiest day for Preston Stone at 10 of 20. But it's on his shoulders now, chasing 8 points early in this 4th quarter to bring his team back. The defense got him a stop after they scored a touchdown. And Hyman avoided the loss.
Yeah.
Made something out of it again. He got 1.
Almost popped it off the front side. Edge pressure came.
1 pick today for Stone. When he protects it, they win. When he doesn't, they lose.
And that's literally the difference in this game. You take away the kickoff return for a touchdown. That tip pick to Donovan Jones, the difference maker. That's the one that Northwestern fans will rue if they can't turn this around.
Nebraska fans will do the same on that 4th down play. Though Stone can drive him down. But they thought they had the ball back on last drive. Stone sideline and incomplete, and the flag is out. The Elegant and Marshall tangled, and the flag is down in that spot.
Looked like a grab and restrict.
Pass interference.
Marshall.
Defense number 10. 15-yard penalty,
move.
automatic. First down.
Right there, that grab of that right shoulder is what they threw it on, is when they let it go. It was right after that action, so that's what they determined was the grab and restrict. Obviously, everybody in red disagrees. One of the few times that Andrew Marshall, who has been tracking Griffin Wilde, Northwestern's #1 wideout, was matched up. And then a hitch and go from Elegant, first down.
And a couple double moves for Northwestern today have worked. Wilde on the sluggo. The hitch and goes worked for the Cats also. Komolafe shut down. Donovan Jones up playing the run.
They design an offensive play. You want to get your running back on the edge against their quote-unquote worst tackler in the playbook. It's supposed to be that guy. Donovan Jones is a physical finisher. The pin down, the crack by the outside receiver. That's one-on-one in space. Komolafe loses that one. Tip of the cap, Donovan Jones.
No gain for Komolafe, setting up a 2nd and 10. Stone steps out of pressure, calling for a man, and Elegant caught that. Tight roping the sideline. The spot is 2 yards short. Elegant was the guy who made the 4th down catch that was controversial. This spot 2 yards shy, 3rd down.
They end up bringing up Will Backer. In that case, Watson Trent just creates a little havoc inside. Preston Stone bails. So just looking at the feet here of Elegant. Inbounds. Looked to have control of it. 3rd and 2.
A couple tight ends in the backfield with Stone on 3rd and 2. Komolafe sifting out of the edge. Everything stacked up. He escapes out the back. And Komolafe is home. From nothing doing to 56 yards. And 2 points away from a tie for the Cats.
I don't know who said it, but someone's going to get removed.
Just an absolute scrum. 3rd and 2. Pounds it in. Nebraska players trip over themselves. Komolafe bounces it out to green artificial surface and goes the distance. 21-19. Immediately from that Northwestern sideline, go for 2 to tie it up. Wieldy is up top, but outside of that bunch. Shifting now to the inside, has a matchup favorable. As they switch around.
Nebraska late getting organized again. They're still shifting guys around. Stone out quickly, and that's caught for 2 to tie up the game by Elegant. Guts on the road for Northwestern once again, silencing this crowd in Lincoln.
Great design that time. Empty 4x1, shift around, create some confusion after the home run from Komolafe, and then just a simple little one-on-one goal line slant. We'll take a look at that right there in the face of McCullough.
AK, though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How?
Northwestern erases a 2-score Nebraska lead. Big hitter from Komolafe, and then Elegon cashes in on the 2-point try. 21-all. Seems inevitable.
Absolutely.
Northwestern and Nebraska played in Lincoln. And flag comes out. And on the kickoff out of bounds. So Nebraska will have good field position.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Nebraska is elected to take the ball to 35-yard line. First down.
So Ganzik kicks it out of bounds. Here's the 2-point play.
As you see, Watson, Trent here trying to communicate, make our numbers right. Basically what they're doing here, Northwestern's just doing math, right? Up top, they've got 5 defenders against 4. I should have a slant to my guy to the boundary, just a goal line slant. There are other ways to run basically a quarterback draw, depending on how the defense deploys. Well designed by Zach Lujan. Great execution, Preston Stone.
All set up by the Komolafe 56-yard line, and Uline picks it off. He has become an interception machine for Northwestern. His 4th of the year. And this game is flipped on its head as Northwestern takes back over.
Just beating Dylan Riley. You'll see him right here, 37 in the box. It's the action up front. This is looks like a play action pass to me, and he just sits on it, reads his eyes. You see the offensive line, some of them in pass set mode. That means it's a predetermined pass. Head hanging right there, but you got to rally your squad here, 15.
But from down 2 scores to tied, now Northwestern thinking about a lead at 21-all. Off the U-line pick, Stone out to Hyman. He's out to the 30. 4 on first down.
And the throw on first down, that's at least the 3rd time tonight, maybe 4th time tonight. On a 1st and 10 drop back pass, that's rare for Northwestern. A little bit of a tendency buster. Try to put John Butler's defensive quarter from Nebraska on its heels. All geared up to stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. Just an occasional dink and dunk. Right here, 2nd and 6.
Wagner, the motion man. And running to the edge where McCullough is set up. Hyman reverses. And in a race with Wright, and he turns that into a positive play. Another play headed nowhere that Hyman sneaks out the back door on.
How does that happen?
How does it happen? 3rd down.
Physical, speed. Guys, you know, out running angles, and right there, Preston Stone says, I'm a smart quarterback. Oh, wait, I see Sierra Wright. I see Lenhart. I see some really angry Cornhuskers. I'm going to sort of kind of, oh, I can't get there, coach.
Jack Olson's field goal range, a 3rd and 4 has arrived. Play clock getting late. Stone gets it off. Komolafe bounces to the edge. 1st down and more. Flag is out as he's pushed out of bounds. With a flag out at the 25, right where that run broke. For now, a 1st down for Northwestern.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And as sarcastic of a cheer as you will ever hear, as Nebraska finally gets a call.
There must be a Bronx in Lincoln. Watch 75, he's right here. Komolafe, anytime that guy presses inside right there, no doubt about that. Right arm outside, doesn't have to do that either if you're a Northwestern fan. Komolafe, that's one of those things that's great about him. We saw in that touchdown run, and the near touchdown run right there. He bounces with speed, puts his O-line in a bad situation sometimes.
Goes on Guthrie, the safety, and that backs Northwestern up to the 36. This is stretching out longer than Jack Olson's career long with a field goal.
Timeout, David Brown burst down the sideline.
First charge timeout, Northwestern. The 32nd timeout Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9:19. 9:19.
A few teams in the country have been better than the Wildcats since David Braun
Thank you.
has taken over in one-score games, and they've been in a lot of them. Habs tie game here.
And we've been around them in one-score wins, one-score losses, seen it all, and there's just no panic. There's no sense of anything other than next, right? We put in the work. We know what we're supposed to do. We know our formula 100%. Everybody in their program knows exactly what's next. Total confidence in what they're doing.
This is an interesting decision if they don't gain any yardage here, because Jack Olson, 47 yards is his long in his career. This would be a 53-yard field goal from here.
And a Nebraska team that can block.
Yeah, very good special teams. They blocked a couple of kicks this year. And they do have Luke Akers in their back pocket, more of a long-range kicker. Let's see how Northwestern plays this. After the penalty, backed him up. McCullough showing pressure, walking up to the line. Stone protected. Stone throws an interception. He gives it right back to Nebraska. Javen Wright dropping from his linebacker spot. Keeps this game tied.
Great job as the floater backer. You'll see zero Javen Wright. Just a ball drill interception. Dream come true from Preston Stone.
Was off the rim, had up at post. Had to hit my old town to duck the nose.
Whiskey. This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
An emotional seesaw of a second half, and the latest tie for Nebraska, the Javen Wright interception off of Preston Stone.
It's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. There he is right there, Javen Wright. Just playing the eyes of Preston Stone. D coordinator John Butler told us, hey man, sometimes he just stares down Wilde and throws it to him, and he did that. There's 17 amongst 3 clad in red. Preston Stone just got to move on, throw it away as it is. Dylan Raiola has a chance to answer.
First pick for Wright in 2 years, sets up Raiola to throw a deep ball that's just out of the reach of Hunter. Those two connected for a touchdown earlier in this half. A stride too long from Raiola. He knows it too.
Just missed here. That's a tough angle. They were kind of just slightly on different angles, different pages. It's the right place to miss. May have had a chance at one of his other intermediate routes. Again, just a test of patience, one at a time here, plenty of time. 2 timeouts all day long.
Usually a good time to take a shot, right? Quick change. Now let's see if they put that patience back to the test. They do. With the inside run for Johnson. And a 3rd down coming up. Northwestern just gave it away. They got a chance to get it back on 3rd down.
Another impressive 3-yard run. Like right there, it's stopped for a loss. Emmett Johnson just will not be denied. In this case, it's 3-yard gain, and that is a drastically different defense. You're playing on 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 10 plus. See how Nebraska can protect.
Getting close to the midway point of this 4th quarter in the tie game. It empties out for Raiola. And he chucks it to Johnson, who is dragged to the sideline. And no spot has been sure today. And another one that's right there. This is a 1st down.
Another very tight spot. One thing that Nebraska is getting when they get to that empty, you're going to see Saka, one of your best pass rushers, as a dropper. So sometimes you want to almost get into that, knowing what they're going to be in. Daniel Holgerson has a couple things dialed in that they've had success with. Right there, moving the chains.
A very reliable back, both as a runner and a pass catcher. He has the most catches on the team. This in his more traditional spot, and he slipped. And the Johnson ahead for 2 yards. Najee Story made the stick.
Najee Story being big, physical, along the lines of Bastone, Flakes, have been great in the middle of this defense for a long time.
And those are those developmental guys right in the core of it that have played their whole career at Northwestern. 2nd down. A quick toss. Northwestern's ready for it. Story's out there again. Braden Turner was as well. And it's another 3rd down out around midfield for the Cornhuskers.
A well-coached defense. Very, very, very few false steps on this team. Braden Turner shot out of a cannon, recognizes screen. We've seen Robert Fitzgerald do it time and time again. Obviously, U-line, Bruss. Right where they want him again, 3rd and 7.
And Nebraska just got 3rd and 8 with Johnson out of the backfield. Johnson in the backfield here with Barney in motion. Saka coming. Raiola steps up. On the move, it's complete. He's got Hunter. Drive survives to his favorite target. Aiden Hubbard is injured. The defensive end for Northwestern behind the play.
So Saka comes off the edge, beats Corcoran. Good awareness, vision. Through, up in the pocket, stepping up, in, then out. That's the prescription for success as a quarterback in that situation. Move him.
Aiden Hubbard.
The other elite pass rusher on the other side from Anto Saka.
Top 10 in Northwestern history in career sacks. And he'll be out for at least a play after Raiola got 19 to Hunter. And 2 straight 3rd down pickups for Nebraska. Have them right on the edge of that minimum.
Can't take a sack.
Going up a field goal.
Yeah, right. This is where Raiola last week, 2 red zone sacks against 4-man rush. Got to get rid of it. He's matured today. 2 throwaways in some of those situations.
First down, it's Johnson. Ahead of the sticks. Michael Kilbane drags him back after a few more yards on a 1st down carry. Johnson, who's over 100 yards on the day.
Can't be overstated how Dana Holgerson, offensive coordinator, you know, a air raid pioneer, Leacher, Hal Mummy and company. He lost his air raid card many years ago. He runs it too much now. sticking with this makes this team very difficult to defend.
It sets up play action. Rainbow to the goal line, incomplete. Bodies tangled up again. Dane Key was trampled at the goal line with Turner in coverage. And here we go again. 3rd and 7 for a 3rd time on this drive.
I think Fitzgerald gets away with one. The pressure comes from the top side. Just enough to affect it from Fred Davis. And it was either Turner or Fitzgerald to me that had a hook. Effort to find that.
Play clock getting late. Raiola gets it off. Another 3rd down. Key makes the turn, breaks the tackle. He's got enough. And Nebraska has been money on this drive on 3rd down. He made Garner Wallace miss, and the Nebraska captain moves the chains.
A nice execution, as you said, 3rd and long, not normally where you want to live. 3 for 3, big time throw there. A little pressure in his face. Key, the physical run, running through Wallace. And in the red zone. Again, take care of the rock. No sacks, no turnovers, no penalties. Wildcat.
It's Harper taking the handoff to Raiola. Out the other side. Barney is chopped down by Smith. So the wrinkles with Harper today have netted multiple positive plays. This one brings up 2nd down.
Right there, Harper gonna have a threat to do everything. Here he is, the fake, or sorry, the give to Raiola, flip back, and then it becomes a blocker. Immediately puts on his neck roll, tight end mode, fullback mode.
Both phases of his career in one play right there.
That's right.
Johnson is tripped up. It's Fitzgerald shooting the gap. 3rd down, anybody?
This is an easy one for them. It's short. Fitzgerald out of the sky again. We've seen him stretch out and make plays. Nebraska is trying to stay perfect on 3rd down on this drive and take as much clock as they can.
And student body out to the left. Got Ford out there in quads for Nebraska. Now they balance out the formation with Barney. On a 3rd and 4. It's Barney, the motion man, out across the line to get 1st down. And a perfect drive on 3rd down continues for Nebraska. 1st and goal.
So we were talking about earlier, he's the gadget guy, the movement guy. He's going to come in motion, just to run a little flat route at the line to gain. Clearing route by Dane Key. Inside out insurance tackle for Braden Bruss is all he could do. Well designed by that man, Van Holderson.
The clock will dive inside 3 minutes. On this long drive for Nebraska. This will be the 13th play of this drive. All started with the pick on 3rd down by Javen Wright. The Nebraska defense. Johnson seeking, driving, Johnson, touchdown Nebraska!
Johnson, every ounce, 5'11", 200. Watch the power. The push, the collapse on this right side. And then it's just squat rack drill versus 6 Robert Fitzgerald, and Emmett Johnson wins.
The ruling on the previous play of a touchdown is under further video review.
So in this case, there is no forward progress component. If they're reviewing it, they would say, well, obviously they're just saying that it broke the plane, and this ball did come out late. Let's see what there is. You see line 37, Fitzgerald 6. Again, ball comes out super late.
Way down.
Yep. That's the thing about Emmett Johnson. Knees up, Grinding. Looks like that left hip is the first thing that hits the ground. So we certainly can't, too many bodies in the way there to see the ball, but this is one they can put together when his hips down, where the ball is on some other shots.
The ruling is the second touchdown of the day for Emmett Johnson and a Nebraska lead. Johnson over 100 yards again. The Big Ten's leading rusher. He's at 112 on the day.
After review, the ruling of a touchdown is upheld.
We'll keep his second touchdown up on the board. 6-point lead Nebraska ahead of the PAT.
Great battle between these two running backs. Johnson 112 and 2. Komalafe 125 and 2. And the day is not done.
13 plays. On a march down the field where they picked up 4 third downs. This Nebraska crowd feeling much better than they were at 21-21. The right pick. And then Raiola in the offense with Emmett Johnson catching it in. 28-21. A big statement from the Blue Jays last night, taking Game 1 of the World Series. Now Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers look to even the series tonight. Coverage of Game 2 of the World Series begins at 7 Eastern, only on Fox. Now, this game has had big-time swings. Some boos came out on some calls that were close on the line to gain, led to a Northwestern comeback that Nebraska just put in the rear view on a long drive to give them the lead back. And Wagner is planted at the 25. So that's where Preston Stone and Northwestern will begin.
Nice kick and nice coverage right there by Nebraska, making Northwestern drive at the distance. A little pooch element to it. Great speed, physicality on the end.
Well, another road underdog situation for Preston Stone. In a series that has been close seemingly every time they've played. 10 of the last 13 have been one-score games. And Stone will try to do what he did at Penn State. One of his 3 career game-winning drives. At minimum, he'd like to tie it here. Chasing 7 with 2:40 to go. Last time out there, Stone threw a pick that turned around for the Nebraska lead.
Rushing 3.
He extends. Stone back across his body, and there's Wilde for a first down. Good response from the pick. First down, Northwestern.
2:30 and counting here. Got to get a couple before the 2-minute timeout. Both teams, remember, used one earlier. 2 timeouts left.
Amarazi late getting set. Stone gets it off. And fires sideline, twisting around. It's Welsing to grab it. Ridiculous play.
Welsing, again, that is a tight end with the back shoulder elastic man. Back shoulder, safe throw by Preston. Takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Big time throw and catch. We're not done yet.
Don't lose 2 in a row. You know, good teams, when they lose, they get mad and they fight back. When you get punched in the face, you either cower back or you come out swinging. Every team is going to be ready to play us. We better show up. Good teams don't lose 2 in a row. You know, good teams, when they lose, they get mad and they fight back. When you get punched in the face, you either cower back or you come out swinging. Every team is going to be ready to play us. We better show up.
At this time of year, the last 2 years for Nebraska has not been kind. We're trying to put any thought of a midseason tailspin out of mind with a stop on this drive. We hit the 2-minute timeout. Plus territory for the Wildcats. On the move, he throws it in the dirt. Preston Stone had Welsing, who just made a high degree of difficulty catch. He was wide open this time.
He was. That was the one. They were playing man coverage. Griffin Wilde won on the little in cut. That's where he originally was trying to throw it. Then he came outside. Both those guys saw Wilde wide open, so they went away from Welsing. Whew. Near miss. 4 down territory here. Nobody hurt. Preston Stone just move on, knowing you're going to have 4 downs for every chunk you need.
2 timeouts for the Wildcats. On a 2nd down. Stream. Hyman. Nice tackle. 35. Good tackle, Vincent Shavers. Bringing up third down. Clock winds 1:45.
Gotta go quickly here. They could run the ball here. We've got Nebraska kind of down into one thing they're doing in this prevent mode. They're getting to a 4-man rush different ways. Right here, they're showing 0 blitz. 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage. Man coverage in the back. They've bluffed out of this. They've brought it. Let's see what they do here.
They added Guthrie. Open man, and it's incomplete. Como Lafe, the intended target. And this game comes down to this, 4th and 6.
So again, offensive coordinator Zach Lujan, you're in Preston Stone's ear right here. It's 4th down. You're going to get the ball out. This throwaway might be the winning play that comes up. Good job coming off that time by Nwaneri, creating pressure, making it difficult. See if Nebraska elects here to take a picture, call timeout, or if they'll save it.
85,000 fans turned up. Game-deciding play right here.
0 coverage down here.
4th and 6.
Sluggo.
Stone takes that shot. Wilde can't run it down. Best against best. Andrew Marshall with the coverage on Wilde.
They showed the 0 blitz. We saw the 1-on-1 earlier. Watch, it's another Sluggo. Slant and go. Probably a grab hold. Just, I think, the outstretched hands of Wilde. There's been a few each way. That's probably grab and restrict by Marshall. But it ain't over.
With the early grab, Northwestern fans were also saying the late contact as well. And 1:13 and 2 timeouts for the Wildcats. Nebraska back on the ball after the 4th down stop.
Heavy personnel here, 6 O-linemen in. Got Corcoran as that tight end to the right side.
And it's Johnson squeaking through. He picked up an extra 2 or 3 on that squeeze. Mike Prairie, your thoughts on that last play?
Yeah, I think, listen, it's not pass interference because although there is the contact, the ball's already there. But this is holding. And if you take away that action right there, then he's going to get to that spot where the pass would have come down. So I do think that Nebraska got a pretty big break there.
Yep, exactly my thoughts. The hold legitimate. The ball just, 2 yards out of reach and a little heel click. But a lot of unhappy Huskers at many times during this game saying maybe things evened out in the end. But that was again, great 0 blitz that time by John Butler, challenging his guys. Best on best, as you said, Andrew Marshall, their best cover guy. Griffin Wilde had him on the slant and go.
That close to a game-tying touchdown. 1 timeout, 1:08. 7-yard pickup for Johnson on 1st down. He bounces around, has this 1st down, and he slides across midfield to move it ahead for Nebraska.
Ball game. Handle their business here in victory mode. A massive response for this Nebraska football program.
We mentioned it that this time of year has not been fun the last 2 years. And after last week, the wheels started turning. Could they respond and flush that and flush the recent history? And a 6th win for Nebraska comes before they get to November. So another 1-score Nebraska Northwestern game that had so many emotional turns in this game. Nebraska ends up winning it 28-21.
Just a great game again, almost exactly played out what we thought. 2 picks, back-to-back picks, kind of flip momentum there momentarily. Happy in Lincoln.
That's Mark Helfrich. I'm Connor Onion. Get you back to the studio as Nebraska wins their 6th game, going to back-to-back bowl games the first time since 2015 and 2016. They hope much more ahead as far as the postseason. Let's send you back to Mike Hill in LA.